Hello, dominants and submissives. I'm Master Zahn from Ontario, and today is Lecture 20, Wax Play. Now, there are lots of different types of wax play, but what I'm going to be focusing on today is candle wax play and dripping from candles. You can also have pots or vats or little wax burners that melt wax, but for right now I'm just focusing on candles. Now, not all candles are created the same. Different types of wax have different melting points, which can have different effects on the skin. Some of them can actually be unsafe for the skin. Now, people look for different types of things when they get into wax play. Some are looking for a sensation similar to that of a hot rock placed against their skin. Others are looking for that slight sting as it gives a small first-degree burn on the skin. Now, my lectures, book, and school all tend to gear things towards safety. So with that in mind, I'm going with a type of hot rock sensation play for wax play as well, although everybody is unique, so it can still be used for higher levels of heat and different types of wax play. To start with, to protect the skin from the person who's getting dripped on, because a dominant or submissive can enjoy wax play. I know I do. The person having wax dripped on them should have a light mist spray of water or a type of rubbing oil put on their skin to help create a small layer between them and the wax. This helps it hydroplane if it's too hot, and it also helps create a layer to cool it and to help make it easier to remove in the end. When you're doing wax play, it's important to avoid the genital area, the face area, the neck, as these are very sensitive parts that can be damaged very easily. Now, common safe candles are soy candles, paraffin wax candles, and violet candles. There are other types, but one second. Paraffin wax actually starts to melt at 120 Fahrenheit. Now, 102 Fahrenheit is roughly about 40 Celsius. So I'm not going to work out the conversions, so I'm just going with Fahrenheit here, since most of the people who watch these lectures are in America. Now, soy candles actually begin to melt at 130 degrees Fahrenheit, which is still safe for human skin. And up near a bit more the limit is the violet candles, which their wax starts to melt at 140. This is about as high as you want to go when you're going with normal wax play. This won't harm the skin unless you're doing it very close. Now, other common candles that are bad for the skin are actually beeswax candles and the fancier tapered candles that you would get at more high-end candle shops. I'm not even really sure where because I don't really get them. The beeswax melts at 150 degrees and the tapered candles melt at 160 degrees. These are both unsafe temperatures for melting wax. It will damage the skin and it will have that stinging sensation, but it might actually do a bit more than a person is looking for. Now, when dripping wax from a candle, what it's best to do is you go from about 2 to 3 feet up. This helps the wax cool down as it starts to fall through the air before it hits the person. The closer you get, the hotter the wax is going to be. So using safer waxes, you can still get the type of sensation someone is looking for from the higher end candles, but it won't be as damaging or as intense of the same sensation, even though it'll be nearly the same heat for a time. Now, as I said, everyone is unique and every dynamic is unique. What people are looking for depends really on what they want. The best advice is to just go slow. Don't jump into just pouring wax onto someone. Know your limits. Know the limits of your submissive. Safety should always be first and foremost in mind. So keep that in mind when you start testing what wax play has to offer. As dominants, it's our job to take care of a submissive and their needs and help fulfill what they want. And it's their job to do the same for the dominant. If a dominant wants to try wax play and have wax stripped on them, it's not an act of submission for the dominant to direct the submissive to do this, for them to take a more passive role in an activity. You can still be dominant while enjoying an activity where the submissive is in charge, for the most part. Thank you for joining me. I'm Master Zahn. Please tune in for the next lecture.